So, hi. Hello, everybody. You can call me LA. I live in a country that doesn't exist, and welcome back to Teen Talk with LA, where I mix comedy and life advice to fit your short attention span. So, first thing, probably noticed the hair. Gotten it re-dyed because I'm playing the Queen of Hearts in a play that I'm directing, and I'm so proud of myself for that. So, yeah. I kind of had purpley pinky hair before it. Now I have red. So, just something you should get used to, something you should know. And I am so sorry, everyone, for not posting last week. I was in a different location, and I still am in a different location, but we adapt the best we can. I did post a short to make up for it, so I'll be better in keeping my filming consistent and uploading more consistently. So, first thing, I'm sorry for that. And let's get to today's video. So, fitting to my current situation, for today, the topic is adaptability and how to be more adaptable. Because, especially when you're growing up and you're getting taller and you're getting smarter and you're getting bigger and you're everything, you're changing a lot. You're just becoming more like you. Because if you compare yourself to who you were 5 years ago, you're probably going to cringe quite a bit. Because who doesn't? And if you don't cringe when you look back on who you were, maybe you should do something about that, because there's probably, if you haven't changed in 5 years, that's slightly concerning, because you're supposed to be, growing a lot. So, yes, adaptability. Stop being like a popsicle stick. Do you understand what I mean with that? Popsicle sticks, they're firm, and under pressure, they snap. Don't be like a popsicle stick, guys. Don't snap under the pressure to be adaptable. And I get it, I'm a bit of a control freak myself. Jesus Christ, I nearly didn't film today because of my issues with my internet and why I'm not in my usual filming location. But I pushed through and I did it anyway because, I need to get a video out at some point. So, be less like a popsicle stick and more like a plastic ruler. Who can bend, who can adapt, who can do whatever. You know what I mean? That's what you should be more like. So don't be a popsicle stick. Don't be a wooden ruler. Please don't be a wooden ruler. Because that's just stubborn and annoying. So be a bendy ruler. Don't be a wooden ruler. And then some people are more like one of these paper rulers that you can bend, but they snap. Not entirely, just enough to make a little bit of a cut. See? I'm going deeply into this metaphor, but you get my points, you get what I'm talking about. If you are like this, under pressure, under the idea of being adaptable, you need to do something about that. What do you need to do? That's a good question. Well, do little exercises. Plan. You stop planning so much, because the more you plan, the more disappointed you're going to be if things don't go according to plan. Now, I get it. Some people like schedules. Some people are freaks who like schedules. I cannot do a schedule, I'm sorry. But yeah, some people like schedules. And that's completely okay. Like, if you want to schedule stuff, then go ahead, but don't expect it all to go perfectly. Because if not everything's gonna go perfectly, to be honest, not everything's just gonna go perfectly. Not everything's gonna go your way. Not everything's gonna go the way you want it to. Because if you're a popsicle stick who just goes under pressure, no, that's not normal. I'm sorry. I'm speaking facts. It's a bit like putting the ice cream back in the freezer. I said that in the last video. When you take the ice cream out of the freezer and you leave it to be, and then it melts and you can eat it, right? But if you look at the ice cream and go, oh, maybe I should put it back in the freezer, that's not going to solve anything now, is it? So that metaphor can be used for multiple different things. And if you're putting the ice cream back in the freezer and you're not changing your ways, and you look back on yourself 5 years ago and and you don't go, huh, you know what? I don't like some of the stuff that I did then, but I still love myself, blah, blah, blah. Not all of you are going to look back like that, obviously, but it's what more people should be looking back on their past selves like. Because you didn't know any better, right? You just did not know any better. So, of course, now when you're put in the same situation that you were put in maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, who knows? But if you're put in that same situation now, you'll probably handle it differently, right? And that's what it is to be adaptable. You need to adapt to your situation based on who you are now and what the situation is and what it's calling for. Because if you're not like that, then you're going to have some issues in life. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks when things don't go your way. It sucks when things just don't work out. But if it's for the best of you, then you should probably go with it, right? Yeah. And especially when when it seems like it's not going to work out for you, could just be more so a way to show that you're adaptable and to like put out that you're adaptable and that you're ready for whatever's coming your way. How do you think some people deal with this? Like the world, life in general. They adapt. Because if they are like a little stick man in a board game who just goes around like this and he never changes because he's just a stick man, you're not going to be able to tell a manager, "Oh, I'm just a little stick man, you should hire me." It's worse than putting the ice cream back in the freezer. So, my advice, learn to be adaptable. Learn to change. If you feel that something needs to change in your life, try to change it. Do your best. Okay? I can't ask you to do anything but your best. And of course, we all live in different situations, different scenarios, different home lives. And the more different your home life is from what it should be, the harder it's going to be to learn to be adaptable. But sometimes the challenges actually are really good for you, and sometimes the harder it is, the less you're going to become like this. Because if you let the slightest bit of pressure break you, then you should probably work on that. So, learning to be adaptable, learning to not break under pressure, it's going to help you through school and stuff like that as well, especially. I don't like when schools put so much pressure on children, making them get up. I don't get why if school starts so early. Slightly off topic, but why? Do you expect me to be fully functional at 7 a.m. when teenagers need like 10 hours of sleep to function properly? So, yeah, the more adaptable you are, the more you're going to make it in life. That's how many of the big people in society have made it. They've been adaptable. Now, not taking shit. Don't take shit, okay? If someone is giving you an opportunity that's going to completely wreck you and you know it's not going to be good for you, don't be like, "Oh yeah, I should adapt to that." No. No. Do not do that. You adapt to things that are good for you. Should not really be having to say this as a piece of advice, but so many people just adapt to bad things because it's easier. Not in the long run. Nuh-uh. Not in the long run. And that's coming from me, from my experience. Don't settle. Don't adapt to things that are easier to adapt to just because it's easier. Just don't. Seriously, don't. So I think that's where I'll wrap it up. Sorry again for the late upload. Also sorry that this is probably a little bit of a shorter video than what I have been doing. I'm doing my best here. And like to thank you all for all the subscribers, all the views. Really appreciate it. Helps out a lot. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, please subscribe, and if not, that's okay because you viewing is just enough to support me. I hope you got something out of this, and this is LA signing off.